Hey guys, just got done watching the 1981 Spanish film directed by Jess Franco, Bloody Moon. It's a slasher movie. Basically, it's kind of interesting because Jess Franco is mostly known for kind of dirty films, like nude women and kind of erotic sex scenes in his films. And there's no sex scene in this film, which is quite amazing, really. There's a lot of nudity and there's a lot of, like cleavage and a lot of see-through tops kind of thing. And a lot of talker sex, but there's no sex. There's even one part where a girl's dancing up and down on a bed, pretending she's having sex and moaning. So that's quite good. Um, okay, let's go with the story. So basically, at the beginning, you see this party going on, like at this schoolgirls retreat thing. I don't know what it's called. I think it's like a vacation to learn Spanish in Spain or something. Kind of school. So anyway, the character Miguel, he picks out a mask and a top and he puts it on. And he dances with this girl. And she thinks he's the boy who he stole it from, who was actually getting off with another girl. And they end up going back to her place at number 13, which is a room. And they're making out, it's got getting her top off and all this, and it's touching her, female parts. And then she takes his mask off and she screams because she sees a big scar down the side of his face, which is horrible. Doesn't look so bad because of the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray makes it look really plasticky and rubbish, but I'm sure back in the VHS days, it was bad. So she pushes him off and goes up her scissors and starts stabbing her and kills her, basically. Years later, his sister Manuela, she goes to the asylum to pick him up, basically, because he's cured, but he always needs to be kept an eye on just in case he goes mental again. So Manuela goes, okay, I'll look after him. So they're on the train. And this is where you meet the female protagonist, Angela. She basically looks at him, she gets creeped out by him and all this, and she's the main person through the whole film. And basically, she starts thinking people are getting murdered, and some people are, but the bodies are disappearing. So people don't believe her. This is where you meet her girlfriends and all this, and basically meet Antonio, who seems to be the guy all the girls sleep with there because he's Spanish and he's a great lover. And it sets up that who could be the murderer really well. Like at the beginning, you see the auntie, the countess, who basically is a millionaire, I'm guessing, and she leaves everything to Miguel. She's going to leave everything to Miguel, and Manuela doesn't like that, his sister. And then you see the auntie getting killed with fire. So you think, oh, it's got to be one of them. And basically, you're watching the movie, and Manuela's pushing the auntie in the wheelchair even after the flaming. She don't know if she's dead or if she's just injured. The auntie, this is, and so you're watching the film and you're thinking it's quite good. There's a lot of beautiful women in it, and the woman who plays Angela's absolutely sexy. Love her. I think she's really hot. Most of them were, and those were great, amazing pairs of breasts as well. But then, what do you expect from Jess Franco? The kills, the famous one where it goes through the back and through the nipple was alright. A bit short, if you ask me. What I mean by that was it kind of does it and then it's gone. The famous, let's have a look. The Stone Mill Power Saw sequence was good, but the thing is, like I've said before many times, back in VHS days when the tapes were a bit blurry and that, things like fake heads you won't notice as much as you do now. Because you've got an extremely clear picture on Blu-ray, you can tell when it's not as bad or as scary as it was. I believe the film was a video nasty at one point. I'm not sure, I could be wrong. I know it had something to do with that era. And to be honest with you, I can see why it was, but I can't at the same time. I mean, different time, different periods, so obviously people are going to take it as fun. And the cover's not exactly family friendly, so I'm sure that has something to do with it. Angela, and so at the end, basically, at the end, you find out who the killer is, but there's this great setup. Angela runs, and then you see like 3 or 4 different guys in the area, and one's a crazy lunatic, one's Miguel, one's I think the teacher, and there's someone else, and you're like, wow, this is really setting this up, and it's a really good scene. And then when they get to like the Countess home where she sees the dead auntie, it's got some beautiful scenery, some beautiful colouring and beautiful light work. Absolutely great. The actual picture quality of the Blu-ray is beautiful. I'd say it's perfect, but it's not, because there's some scratches and there's some deterioration, and some of the bits that were cut out because this is uncut look absolutely dreadful. A lot like the My Bloody Valentine ones. If anybody's seen the Blu-ray of My Bloody Valentine, they'll see what I mean. Where some of it is, most of it's beautiful, but the actual cut-in scenes are really grainy and really bad. But on this, they're even worse than that. But it's acceptable because I'd rather have that in there than not have it at all. One of the best parts is when the boy gets run over. I love it when kids get murdered in horror films. Why? Because it's kind of a taboo, you know? Don't hurt a kid. So I kind of like that because it means they're pushing. So Jess Franco made this film, and to be honest with you, I think he did a really good job. It's a good film. I wish there'd been more kills in it and a little bit more gore, like I heard there was, you know. But it's not bad. I've seen a few of Jess Franco's other films, and I didn't mind them, but they're not my thing per se. The whole kinkiness, you know, to me, they're for people who, you know, like that type of stuff, or single guys, or people who just like it, you know. Me personally, I'm more of a, you know, I'm married. I don't need to look at that kind of thing because I can be with my wife kind of thing. But, you know, each their own. Doesn't mean I don't like looking at a great pair of breasts. Anyway, so yeah, Jess Franco, on this, there's a Franco Moon interview with director Jess Franco and a theatrical trailer. I recommend getting this if you've never seen it. It's a great Spanish horror film. It's a bit lackluster when it comes to the murder scenes, but it makes up for it in the way they happen. Jess Franco did a great job with this. It's so sad that he died last year. But to be honest with you, he had a fantastic career. So I mean, he'll be remembered for probably God knows how long. I mean, for having great films. I'd like to say always, but nobody knows what's going to happen. But yeah, so Bloody Moon. I highly recommend it. Oh, and the tune in it as well. It's the same throughout the whole film. There's not a single different tune. It's the same tune. And after a while, you start having it playing in your head continuously. And it's really good. And it's good. I kind of would like to have the theme tune of this. But if I'm honest with you, I think the film is good. I recommend it. But I say don't expect too much from it and you'll enjoy it even more. And Manuela's got a nice pair on her and all. So, you know, check it out. Good film. Not worth $18. I'd say it's worth about 10, to be honest. But it's a good film. I enjoyed it. I like the kills. I like the action in it. I just think it could have been a lot better, but it's great for a Spanish flick. So check it out. That's Bloody Moon. So thanks for watching and take care.